Alrighty guys, welcome back to the reaction show. Apparently, Apple is trying to make an iPhone Fold. Well, they're going to make an iPhone Fold in 2026. Apparently. I don't know, but I don't know how I feel about this, man. I don't know how I feel about this. Apple finally doing it. That's what it says in the title of the video. iPhone Fold. Interesting. Alright, let's see what this is all about. I don't know. I don't know if I'm a fan. I mean, I do like folds. I don't mind folds, actually. I like the flip out fold one, not the one that opens up like an iPad. I like the flip out, the flip phone type, flip phone, whatever you call it. I like that type. I don't know why, just because I'm from like the 90s, so I like that stuff. I remember when I had a flip phone. I had a flip phone. It was pretty cool. So I don't know. It's just a thing. All right, it's just a thing. But anyway, getting off topic here. This is iPhone Fold. Let's see all the specs. Let's see what this is all about. Let's go.
The iPhone Fold is finally happening. With pretty much every major brand already in the foldable game, it's about time that Apple joined the party. But there's a catch. It may not launch until
Like
the
this guy, he
end
gives a lot of good
next
information.
year, or even early 2027. So, get that popcorn ready, and here's everything rumored about Apple's very first foldable iPhone. And if you're looking for some stunning wallpapers that will work not just on this foldable iPhone, but also on your regular iPhone, on your iPad, and on your Mac, we've got over 2,000 stunning wallpapers made by our own designers in our app Wallpapers, which is available for free on iOS and Android.
Oh, that's cool. I should check out that app.
So we already covered the iPhone
Cool.
Fold back in April, and a few more new details have surfaced since. But first, let's quickly recap what we know so far. The iPhone Fold is expected to be a book-style foldable, so more like the Fold 7 or the Pixel Fold, and unlike a clamshell like the Flip. It's rumored to feature a 7.8-inch inner display.
That's what they
wider
call
aspect
Flip.
ratio than the Fold 7, and a 5.5-inch outer screen that's also said to be much wider than the Fold 7, making typing far more comfortable. The screen is also rumored to be nearly
obviously, it's Philip.
crease-free, thanks to a titanium and liquid metal hinge. And speaking of titanium, it is rumored that the device could be made out of a mix of titanium and stainless steel, just like the iPhone 14
interesting.
Pro and 16 Pro. And unlike the upcoming iPhone 17 Pro, that is rumored to go
It's going to be
back
made out
an
of two
aluminum
types of
build.
metal.
So perhaps Apple is now saving titanium
That's cool.
for their highest end
I like
products,
titanium.
like
That's a
the
good.
upcoming
That's a
iPhone
good
Fold.
piece of metal.
Interesting enough, Apple may
Titanium.
actually ditch Face ID in favor of Touch ID to save
That's
internal
better.
space. And as for the cameras, we are like
I don't get that. We should just go back to Touch ID with even iPhones. We should go back to Touch ID because you know why? Because we can make the screen full screen without a notch or without a dynamic island. We could just make it full screen. We don't need the front-facing camera. We only need the back camera. Just put Touch ID there. We'll have a full screen. I don't know. It is what it is. People will freak out though. I want to take my selfies. But you can take your selfies with the back camera. And it's better quality too. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
you see an under the display
It's just an
selfie
idea.
camera on the
But
inner
it won't
side,
happen.
just like we used to have up until the Fold 6. And unlike the Fold 7, which reverted it back to a hole punch design for both displays. The outer screen is rumored to adopt a hole punch camera, just like the Fold 7. And speaking of cameras, we've had some more details and specs about them. The iPhone Fold is rumored to have a pair of two 48 megapixel cameras, with a primary one likely being a
Wow.
24mm equivalent with an aperture of
you say
f/1.78
48 megapixels?
paired
Cool.
with a second generation sensor shift optical image stabilization. So same specs as the current iPhone 16 Pro's main sensor. Whereas the second camera is expected to be a 48 megapixel ultra-wide, but no further details have been leaked here. So
I
it is
hate it when
likely
they
to
do
be the
that.
same one.
Why can't you just give us one ultra wide lens and then a telephoto lens? They did that with the iPhone X and the XS, but I don't think it was ultra wide. I think it was a wide lens and then a telephoto. We should go back to that. It's so much better because you get a wide depth of field, and then you get telephoto lens for I don't know, product photography. That's what I do. But anyway, let's get back into it.
As on the iPhone 16 Pro, although a telephoto camera seems unlikely. Next up, we have some new details about the thickness of the device. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo is stating that it is likely to have a thickness of 4.5 to 4.8 millimeters when unfolded, with more recent leaks from Instant Digital and Weibo suggesting a minimum thickness of 4.8. Now, this may have been impressive last year, but in 2025, and let alone 2026, when this iPhone Fold is rumored to launch, And not so much. Let me remind you that
Huh.
the new Fold 7 has a thickness of 4.2 millimeters, and
Wow,
the
really?
2026 Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 may even
Shit,
be
they're beating
thinner.
Apple.
When folded, however, Kuo also believes the phone will
4.8
measure between
millimeters.
9 to 9.5 millimeters, which is, of course, thicker than Samsung's latest Fold at 8.9. So what about its performance? Well, the foldable iPhone is expected to ship with Apple's A820 chip, built on TSMC's
Oh.
2nm process. This could be a
Oh, it's gonna have the
significant jump from the
A20 chip.
A18 Pro that we've got in the iPhone 16 Pro. And it could offer roughly 15% faster performance and up to 30% better
That's right, 'cause it's coming out next
efficiency
year.
compared to the A19 chips. The A20 is set to leverage advanced packaging technology such as wafer-level multi-chip module or WMCM integration. This will allow for high bandwidth
bloody ads.
on-package memory and also better thermal control, whilst also freeing up internal space for components like the dual screen hardware and the batteries. Speaking of RAM, the iPhone Fold, just like the upcoming iPhone 17 Pro, is set to come with 12GB of RAM. Which brings me to the weight. And again, the news here isn't great. While we don't have a definite weight figure being leaked, there have been some rumors about the iPhone Fold being a bit heavier than the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which weighs in at 227 grams, but
Well, obviously
lighter
it's
than the
gonna be
latest
heavier.
iPad Mini, which weighs
Duh.
at 293 grams. And honestly, even if it had the same weight as the iPhone 16 Pro Max, it still wouldn't be that impressive. And that's because Samsung has really raised the bar this year with the Z Fold 7 weighing only 215 grams. And this is why I'm saying that hardware-wise, the iPhone Fold may be
Wow.
outdated even before it's out. But with the hardware allegedly being outdated, why would anyone even
Interesting.
buy this foldable iPhone? Well, up until now, we've only focused on the hardware, but we all know how good and reliable Apple's software is. Well, maybe except for iOS 18, which has been exceptionally buggy, but that's a different story. According to Mark Gurman's latest report, Apple is already
Interesting.
actively developing
I
iOS
haven't noticed any
27
bugs on
with
mine.
foldable specific software features, which will enable a distinct experience tailored to the iPhone Fold, meaning that this device would not run standard iOS out of the box. In fact, we may even see some borrowed elements from iPadOS in order to optimize that large 7.8.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
With support for
Yeah.
windowed multitasking, split screen support, slide over, and also custom app layouts. We've already seen a bunch of updates and new features for iPadOS 26, such as
It's gonna be iOS and iPadOS in one. You get 2 in 1.
window controls and the
You guys
menu bar
thank
for
me.
Mac
You guys
OS
can thank me.
experience. So we're almost certain that these
Love it.
features will make their way onto this new iPhone Fold. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing this
It
device
will,
run iOS
definitely.
on the outer screen and then seamlessly switch
Yeah.
to iPadOS when unfolded. I think that would be really cool.
See,
Plus,
that
as we all
is what's
know,
gonna
Apple
happen
tends
though.
to
Any
lag
bit.
behind the competition when it comes to hardware innovation. But if you want a foldable that runs iOS, then
'Cause it's all
this
about
will be
efficiency.
your only
That's what people don't
choice.
get.
And I have a feeling that Apple is banking exactly on that.
And-
Another key selling
and
point of this device
privacy.
would be that inner
All that
screen,
stuff.
which may not have a crease at all. According to analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, Apple is teaming up with Samsung and supplier Finem Tech to use a laser-drilled metal stress distribution plate within the Fold. In English, they will be able to significantly reduce the screen or even eliminate it entirely. Reports suggest that Apple imposed a stricter crease-free standard than what Samsung applies in their own Galaxy Z Fold models. No foldable has yet been able to fully remove the crease, so Apple may be the first. However,
Yeah, and they're
if they
gonna
keep
do that.
delaying their own foldable, then the competition may be able to catch up fast. And the iPhone Fold's one big potential hardware advantage won't be an industry first after all anymore. Now, we gotta address the elephant in the room, the battery. Multiple
How are they
sources,
gonna remove
including
the crease though?
MyDrivers
But they're
and
gonna do
Fixed
that.
Focus Digital,
I don't know how
report
they're
the
gonna do
iPhone
it.
Fold could pack a 5,000 to 5,500 milliamp battery, Apple's largest to date.
That's
even
a good
larger
sized battery.
than the iPhone
5,000
16 Pro
milliamps.
Maxes at 4,685. Apple might be exploring using silicon
Shit.
carbon tech to increase the battery size without compromising on the thickness.
I didn't know that the
although it is
iPhone
unlikely
had a
that
bigger battery
this
like
will
that.
come to the very first generation Fold. Like the rumored Pixel 10 Pro Fold, also expected to have a large 5,000
I gotta get the
mAh
Max
lithium
Pro
ion
now.
battery, shows us that this is possible
Fuck.
at the expense of thickness, of course, as the Pixel 10 Pro Fold is also rumored to be quite thick, close to 11 millimeters when unfolded. However, since we've already got foldables like the Honor Magic V5 that come with a 6,100 mAh battery and are just 4.1 millimeters thin, the
Dude, how do you put 6,000 milliamps in that little thing? Dude, it's crazy.
iPhone Fold's battery and thickness definitely don't seem that impressive, especially with a late 2026 launch. However, one reason why this foldable iPhone may actually catch on is that it could replace the iPad for a lot of people, including myself. Like, I haven't upgraded my
Yeah,
iPad since my
sure.
2018 iPad Pro,
Maybe.
which, to be fair, still runs really well. Nowadays, I pretty much only use it as a secondary screen for my MacBook when I travel, but having an iPad in my pocket would mean that I wouldn't even need to carry around my 2018 iPad Pro anymore. And finally, we have the rumored pricing. And I'm sure that this is not a surprise for anyone watching, but it will be very,
It's
very
gonna be expensive, any bit.
The latest reports from analysts such
I
as
knew
Ninja
it.
Go predict a starting price
How
of
much?
over
3,000?
$2,000 for the first
2,000?
generation iPhone Fold.
2,000.
Even more
Over
than that.
2,000.
Although I feel like for the loyal Apple fan base, this device will be seen as a must-have. So I'm pretty sure that it will sell pretty
Sure.
well. But what do you guys think? Would you consider buying a foldable iPhone, or would you wait for version number 2? Let me know down below. And if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, it does help the algorithm, and you subscribe for more updates on the
Wow.
iPhone Fold as soon as we've got them. I'm Daniel, this is Son of Tech, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Son of Tech, signing out. Cheers.
It's gonna have a 5,000 milliamp battery. Wow, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. It's gonna have the A20 chip. Nice. That's good. No M chip. I should put an M chip in there though. Anyway. Wow. Okay, we're getting a lot of information here. That was a lot of information. Wow. I don't know how they're gonna get rid of the crease in the middle, but that's gonna be revolutionary. Any bit it will be. Yeah, pretty cool. It's gonna be over $2,000, guys. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. Probably won't get it, but I like the idea. I like it. I like it a lot. It's really cool. If you guys did enjoy my reaction video, definitely drop a like, you guys. Comment down below. Subscribe if you're not new, you guys. Turn your post notification bell on to be notified once I do upload next reaction. And yeah, you guys. iPhone Fold coming out next year. Interesting. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video.